Today's video tutorial is going to go over floating in Ashtanga and Vinyasa practice. Now I understand it's difficult, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. The number one reason why people can't do it is because they start out not so much with weak muscles here, weak muscle here. Can't, they say can't. That's impossible. I could never do that. Weak muscle here. So at least start with some strength, saying, that is possible, I can do that. I will do that. The rest of the muscles come. Yeah? So here we go. I videoed step by step the process, how you start with it and how you develop the floating over time with persistent effort, diligence, application, and a positive attitude. There you go. Okay, I'm going to go over floating. First things first, this is floating from the floor. All of the types of floating, those come later. We're going to work on it from the floor first. First things first, hands flat, no fingertips, hands flat. Another thing, your arms are long enough. Got that? Arms are long enough. Hands flat. First things first, you got to get your butt off the floor. So you start by doing that. And by the way, the first time I ever tried, my butt didn't come off the floor. It took some time. So then you start to develop it. The butt comes up, the knees come up, feet probably still on the floor at this point. That's fine. You develop that more, the feet start to come up. Yeah? You develop it more, the butt starts to go back and up. That starts to get the feet past the hands. Yeah? You develop that more, you get one leg through, and you go right to your plank. If you can't get the feet through yet, you do your bump, then you have to move your hands in front of the feet to step back. Do your push-up, vinyasa. So that's the first stages of it. Butt off the floor, knees up, feet up, but nothing going through yet. So you step back down, move your hands forward, and step back. Do your push-up. After that comes, you get a leg out. You don't have to move your hands anymore, you just step the feet back. After that, you start to get the feet further back. And then do your push-up. And after much practice, persistence, a can attitude instead of a can't. Has to be a can attitude. Yeah? You go right into push-up. Again, the first stages of this bump and float back, you gotta get your butt off the floor, hands flat, butt up, feet up. From there, you set back down, you have to adjust the hands forward in front of the feet so that you can step back and do your push-up. Once you start to develop a bump up, you get a leg out, which is hands flat, butt up and back. Here you don't have to adjust the hands anymore. You just step the feet back. And after weeks, months, some years, you go right into push-up. Floating forward from down dog. Some prerequisites that you've developed some upper body strength. You can hold planks, side planks, do push-ups, right? Starting to work on the bump from the floor, you're getting some strength. And then you start to develop your float from down dog. So key is you bring the shoulders forward, don't leave them way back, so you're coming out of down dog at this point. A little bend in the knees, and a little spring off the feet, and you tuck the knees in, tight toward your abdomen and chest. Here. So in the beginning, you're just starting to get a little bit of control. Straight arms, like a plank. And maybe you just sit down. Starting to get a little control, a little pause in there. From there, you start to develop that. Cross the legs tight, tuck the knees close.